it was pretty nice, but the selling point for me was meeting Roman. He's actually our director of Veterans Affairs and Outreach here. Since being here the past 2 years, me and him have grown really close. Me and my wife came to visit. We thought, we'd be here for an hour. We were here speaking with Roman, doing a campus tour for about 3 hours. And, hearing how much that he was involved with the student veterans here, with Student Veterans of America chapter that we have here, everything that he does for the veterans, the cadets here, their families that are using benefits, was something, it gave me that sense of family that I had in the military, and that's something I always wanted to have with me no matter where I went.
I chose Lewis because I saw the billboards that it's military friendly, and actually kind of my girlfriend pushed me like, hey, you need to check this out, it's military friendly, and at the time I honestly had no idea what that meant, but it definitely I would say is military friendly. There's like almost every class I have, there's other veterans in it, and it certainly makes a difference for me.
Obviously I chose Lewis because it's one of the better schools in the country for veterans. It's close to home. I like it. It's a small school. I like the classes. You don't really have a lot of people. It's good interaction. It's a really good school.
Decided to just look in the area for veteran-friendly schools that accepted, the post 9/11 GI Bill, which is great because it, covers all my education. Also, Lewis is a yellow ribbon school, which means anything that's not covered by the GI Bill, the school is also going to take care of for you. So it makes it really, really easy to transition from, what am I going to do? I have a house, I have a mortgage, I have, my wife. I was kind of working at the time, just odd jobs here and there, and it was nice to have a school that was willing to offset the financial burden of things.
A lot of veterans are non-traditional students. We serve, 4, 6, 10 years and decide to go back to school. We have the benefits there for us through the post 9/11. Some of us have other voc rehab training. Even some of the states offer, different benefits. Illinois has the Illinois Veterans Grant. What I would say is, explore. You're not going to know what you want to do immediately coming out the military. There are so many different options. It took me a few tries to decide on what I actually wanted to focus on. Network. That's probably the biggest thing. Knowing who to talk to, keeping those networks open, communication. It's a really big way to actually succeed in college and stay involved. A lot of us do have families, people come out and get jobs, so school, they have to juggle those aspects of their life, but staying involved is one way to stay focused. It keeps you driven, it keeps you motivated.
Anything you learn in school, whether you think it's a generic, just general degree, even a certificate program, whatever, you're going to learn something, you're going to pick up on things, you're going to help yourself, depending how close it is to when you got out, you're going to help yourself acclimate, get back into the group of people who are a little bit younger, some people who are more familiar with veterans, kind of stepping stone to the getting back into the workforce. It's a great idea. The money, the fact that they're willing to pay for it, they pay you a monthly stipend, so you can live on your own and kind of be more independent than just, oh, I'm out of the military, I want to go to school, I gotta live with my parents. Well, anybody knows living with their parents might not be the easiest thing in the world, especially when you come from living on your own in the military or living with a group of people like you would in like a dormitory or whatever at school, and all of a sudden you're stuck with like just your parents. It's different. So I would say going out on school, going back to school, branching out, taking what you learn from the military and try to pass it on to other people. Some hard work and some ethics goes a long way. Nowadays, I think it does. So.
Transition from the military to Lewis or to civilian life is made easier just because there's a great support staff here. I get calls all the time asking how I'm doing, and there's definitely things that you can be involved in as far as military related or just being involved with other veterans, and I think that's like a big deal for a lot of people that have served in the military, is having other people that know what you've been through and have gone through the same things as you, and it's that in itself is awesome.
I don't know, the way that this school approaches veterans and is willing to work for us, whether I have questions, I go to Mr. Perry, I believe he's still here. If I have a question about, oh man, I get a letter in the mail from the GI Bill saying they're not going to cover something or I owe them money, I go straight down there and I talk to him and he's available all the time.
If a veteran is considering Lewis,
as a potential college, you don't need to think about it, just do it. Lewis is a great college, especially if you want to get into aviation, law enforcement, nursing. I had the privilege of having some friends that have gone to Lewis, so they kind of put it in my head a little bit. But coming here, dealing with the Veterans Office, for veterans, this school does everything they can so that you can just focus on the schoolwork. When I came in here and applied, I thought it was going to be this long, drawn-out process. And seriously, within 24 hours, it was done. And I was just, used to the military and how slow it works. Coming here, I was dumbfounded because I was like, is there anything I needed to do? And it's just like, no.
I would tell people that are looking to go to school after the military to check out Lewis, for sure. It's probably the best decision I've made since I've gotten out. And I have no bad things to say about Lewis. It's been a great experience for me so far.